It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Seattle Seahawks and the Cleveland Browns. And it comes your way next.
Now, from the home of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Cleveland, Ohio, EA Sports proud to welcome you to Huntington Bank Field, the home of the Browns. So good to have you with us, Mike Tirico, Greg Olson up here in the booth. And Greg, this is one of those games that it's a little old school. Maybe if it was in black and white, it would be fitting, right? We got a couple of teams who love to hand it off and see their running backs do it on the ground.
And it's just so cool, and you mentioned it, Mike. Maybe 10, 15 years ago, this would have been the norm on any given weekend, but we're seeing the game trend to more of a passing-style offense. If you want to score points, it mostly comes through the air. So for these two kind of throwback offenses that rely so heavily on their running backs, for anybody that loves old-school power football, I think we're in for a treat.
The veteran Jason Myers will get this one started. And off we go from Cleveland. Here comes Ford on the return. Now an opening past the 30. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Cleveland offense set to take the field for the first time. Leading them out, the veteran quarterback first-round pick back in 2017, Deshaun Watson.
There was a time, and it wasn't very long ago, Mike, that this guy was trending towards becoming one of the best quarterbacks in the entire NFL. He has to find a way to get back to stacking strong performances, one after another, and keep his team in the hunt. It'll be interesting to see how this one plays out, but if he plays well, his team is always going to have a strong chance of winning.
Watson going to throw right away. That's caught by Ford. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
And he's going to have the first down, mark him at the 45, and move the chains. Now the Georgia Bulldog. Here's Nick Chubb. And he'll get forward for about a yard. Linebacker Ernest Jones ends that play. Here's 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, here's Watson. He's got his man, the tight end, David Njoku. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. But think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. Here's 2nd and 2. Once again, it's Chubb. Yeah!
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
On first down, it's Watson. That's over the middle to his tight end, Njoku. Second down and 3. Watson, going to give it to Chubb. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
We'll try and run it here, and it's Chubb.
Well, we have an early decision here, Mike. How aggressive does this coach want to be on this fourth down try? I think you got to keep your offense out there. You have a prime opportunity to take the fight to them, extend this drive, and hopefully be able to come away with points.
So we've come to the end of a fairly evenly played opening quarter. 0-0 is the score. And we're back to Cleveland in a minute. So instead of going for the first down, in comes the field goal unit. Bit of a surprise here. Hopkins' kick is good. And the Browns will take a 3-0 lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
So after the field goal to open up the scoring, the kicker's back out for this kickoff. This one taken at the 7. And they'll get this up past the 20, and that's where they'll set up shop. Here comes the Seattle offense to take over for the first time. And leading them, Greg, the veteran out of West Virginia, it's Geno Smith.
Little unusual, Mike, here. The first time this offense finds themselves taking the field is this late in the opening half. But the good news, they only trail by 3. So despite that long opening drive, a touchdown here gives them a lead with halftime looming. No need to rush. No need to get outside of your initial game plan. Go out there, take your time. Just try to find a way to come away with points on your opening possession.
On the bootleg, it's Smith. This one is complete along the sideline. A very nice job to fit that ball in. It'll be a modest gain.
The best guys I've been around, Mike, they have a sense where they can see the ball, but they can feel the sideline. And that's kind of an innate sense that these guys have that allows them to concentrate and secure the catch and ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
The first carry for the Spartan, Kenneth Walker. And this is going to be a Seahawks first down. He gets it up past the 30 to the 32. Smith now. He has Lockett over the middle. He's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. Second and a yard. Lockett headed in motion. A second down throw for Smith. They'll try to set up the screen here with Walker. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down.
We're starting to see this so often, Mike. The days of just having a running back who you're just going to turn around and hand it to, yes, that's still a critical part of NFL offensive football, but their ability to be used in the passing game. Just one more thing for the defense to have to defend. Make them go sideline to sideline, line of scrimmage to the end zone. Defend every blade of grass, and a really good running back goes a long way in doing that.
Here's 2nd and 6. The tight end Fant in motion. They go play act. Oh, no chance there. Under a heavy rush, he goes down. Two minutes remain in a 3-0 first half. We'll have more from Cleveland after this. So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. They'll run here with Walker. The Browns going to use the first of their timeouts here. So it's 4th down. The Seahawks send out the Aussie Michael Dixon to punt. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Browns offense ready to possess the football for the 2nd time. They had the field goal on the opening drive to take the early lead. See if they can improve on it here. 3-0 is our score, and it's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Watson. Left side, he's got Njoku. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. Second down and 8. Shotgun snap to Watson. He'll go right back to Njoku. He's got it again. And he'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Third down, 3 to go. Watson. That's caught. It's the tight end, Njoku. That's catch 3 just on this drive. And it gets his team a first down.
I know, I'm biased. But listen, you can't convince me, Mike, that there's a better option on the field, especially when you got a guy like this, than on third down or critical moments. That's where the ball needs to go. The size, the speed, the matchup problems that he creates. If I was in a critical situation, there is no doubt where I'm going with the ball.
And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Watson to throw again. Oh, what a throw. Slinging it across his body and complete. Now here's a timeout. They're going to take it with 8 seconds remaining until the break. Here's a 2nd and 6. To the air again. Watson. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Based on the routes downfield, it looked like the protection was designed to give the quarterback a little bit more time to wait for things to uncover downfield. So give credit up front to the defensive line. Immediate pressure early speeds up the quarterback's clock. He's got no choice than to get rid of it, probably a little bit earlier than he would have preferred.
He'll take a shot here, back of the end zone. That's in the end zone and intercepted. That's the safety, Rashawn Jenkins. So just a lone field goal accounting for the scoring in the first half. 3-0 is our score. As we'll get you down to Orlando now, that's where the coach is, Jonathan Coachman, and our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Mike, we'll take it from there as we welcome everyone into our EA Sports studios and our halftime report. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This was a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
Coach, thanks. This one's still anyone's game. We'll see who can come out with the hot hand in this second half. About to get started. Just one score, one lone field goal. All these two teams could muster in half number one. What awaits us here in the second half? And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. Well, Seahawks offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. Three tight ends in the game to start the drive. On 1st down, here's Geno to throw. Crushed, it's incomplete. He did get the pass off, but he got drilled before he let it go.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Play action now. It's Geno. He'll get this to the veteran tight end, Noah Fant. They get 18 on the pitch and catch. 1st down, Seattle.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Walker. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. From the gun, it's Geno. He's going to run it.
These are the plays that just drive the defensive coordinator crazy, Mike. You do everything right, but you don't account for the quarterback scrambling. He's able to get out of the pocket and gain enough for a 1st down.
Smith now to throw on 1st down. And that is intercepted by Denzel Ward. And the Browns are going to take over once again at their 37-yard line.
Mike, there's usually such a comfort level when the guy playing quarterback behind center is a veteran. They've seen a lot of ball. You can trust them to make good decisions. And then every once in a while, one just gets away. And that's just simply a bad ball, a bad mistake. And you're not going to get away with it at this level.
The Browns offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. They'll look to build on their 3-0 lead as this drive starts with a 1st and 10. Here's Watson. A throw, right side, taken by Njoku.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
Here's a handoff to Chubb, heading left. And that one is closed down in the backfield. What a defensive play. Knifing in, dropping him for the loss.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
Throwing on third down, Watson. Open man, and that's Tillman. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8. A run straight ahead, that's Ford. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
This is where you have to be careful, Mike. You find yourself winning in the second half. Human instinct says, all right, let's just sit on the ball and protect the lead and let the clock run out. You can't do that. Stay aggressive. Do what got you here. Continue to mix the run with the pass. Keep your foot on the gas and try to extend this lead.
On the handoff, this is Chubb. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
Coming off that edge, Mike, you have to quickly determine, is this a pass or is it a run? And once he realized it was a run, he's able to shed his blocker, make the play, no gain.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. They'll run a toss to Chubb. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up third down. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. Third and 5. Here's Watson. He'll try to run for it. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this third quarter. So, points at a premium. Defensive battle so far as we are through 3. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Ball down to the 16-yard line, and it's 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Chubb. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down. They'll run with 4. And that one going to be closed down in the backfield. Great defensive play. Knifing in and dropping him for a loss.
You know, at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on 3rd down? Or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
And that's going to wind up uncatchable out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete.
I like the idea of taking your shot there on 3rd down, pushing the ball downfield, looking for the touchdown. But now as it brings up 4th down, you're already this close. You're in field goal range, but do you keep that offense on the field and try to maintain possession and see if you can come away with 6?
And this one right down the middle. It's good. So it is still a 1-score game, but a little more breathing room now.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
So the lead stands at 6-0 as this one is kicked off. This is fielded inside the 5. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. Out comes the Seattle offense as they get ready for their next possession. The deficit, 6 points. A touchdown here would be mighty nice for the offense. See what they can do on this drive. 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Walker to start the drive. And not a whole lot there, up to about the 25. Here's a 2nd and 9. Back is Smith. He'll try to hit him with a screen. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down. Off the play fake. It's Smith. Get that one to Charbonnet, complete. And he will have the 1st down. He caught it short of the line to gain, but knows right where that marker is, and he's able to pick up that 1st down.
Critical 3rd down conversion there, Mike. Now brings up a fresh set of downs. You find yourself here trailing in the 4th quarter. They got to go down and score, and they got to score fast.
Plenty of time, all 3 timeouts left. It's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. This one complete to his tight end, Fant. He'll try to use that size to push forward, but it's not going to work. Defense strong up front. And they're going to get him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Linebacker certainly wasn't fooled on that play. Not only does he get there in a hurry, but he's able to secure that tackle and bring him down for a loss.
Throwing on 2nd down, Smith. Metcalf reels it in on the right side.
Out-breaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
The dog pound, as usual, doing their part. This is 3rd down. From the shotgun, Smith. Oh, he can't get rid of it, and he's taken down.
If you can rush the passer, you can close out games, and that 3rd down sack is going to go a long way to closing this one out. Forces 4th and long, a desperate offensive possession. It's going to all come down to this 4th down try.
Defense has to play smart, avoid a penalty on 4th and long. And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on downs.
So you roll the dice on offense and you fail. But now you can't give up. Your defense has to go out there and get a stop. You have all 3 timeouts. You have time to get the ball back one more time on offense. So now your defense needs to answer the bell and give your offense one more shot.
They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. Here's a handoff to Chubb. Not much there, maybe a yard. Now Seattle going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute left in this one. They'll stay on the ground with Chubb. And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up 3rd down. Here's 4. Now Seattle will use the final timeout. Get the stoppage with just over 50 seconds to go in this one. First and 10. The defense still with all 3 timeouts at their disposal as the quarterback's down to a knee. So it's a win for the Browns. They didn't do a whole lot offensively, but they didn't need to. Defense started the show here in this one as they go on to post the shutout. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Dog Pound's happy. It's a win for the Browns as we say farewell from Cleveland.